out. FBI, stay quiet and follow our lead.
Put the boxes in the trunk.
Suspect secured. Yeah. Proceeding to transport.
You are watching American Interests. Wake up, America!
So, a massive raid is underway today in Minnesota. They're going after these businesses that were either fraudulent or alleged to be fraudulent, including the infamous Leering Center. And some of the others that were exposed through YouTube and Nick Shirley and investigative reporting. The FBI is in coordination with Homeland Security, and they raided, or they're in the process of raiding, 22 locations in Minnesota relating to this investigation. We're just wondering, after a while, people quit talking about it. It wasn't so much of a spotlight, conversation anymore. And we're wondering if there's ever going to be accountability for what took place. And so we're wondering if anything was going to happen, because we know everyone saw it. I mean, it was plain as day, and you saw how obvious they were about it. It's almost like they were so certain that they wouldn't get in trouble for what they were doing that they didn't even try to hide it. And so it was so blatantly done that it makes you wonder who all is involved and who's protecting them. So for law enforcement to take this action today and obtain the warrants, it's a really big deal. It's a big step forward, and it really gives me a little bit better feeling about law enforcement and where they're headed. Now, of course, it didn't happen from the Minnesota law enforcement. It took federal level authorities to get involved, because it just seemed like Minnesota didn't have any interest in finding accountability for this. They were letting it happen for so long, and it makes you wonder how long. Probably as long as Ilhan Omar's been in office, at least. So they're at the stage of collecting evidence, and once they obtain this evidence, analyze this evidence, then they're going to determine if any charges can actually be applied to any individuals in particular, and if they feel that evidence can convict. So being at this raid phase is still early on, but it is a big step forward. So there's a lot of footage going on about FBI agents going in and out of the places like the Leering Center and walking boxes out. They're seizing documents, anything that could be used as evidence. Let's see. Now, J.D. Vance, he was appointed as the where is it at? He was appointed as a leading role in the task force into fraud by the president. And then we saw Nick Shirley uncovering more fraud in California. And so Minnesota kind of went quiet. We started forgetting about it, and not so much forgetting about it, but we started. It just wasn't such an urgent matter anymore. We just thought nothing was going to happen from it. So now the question is: are these people are they scamming the state by billions? And because of those billions, because of so much bad publicity for their governor, Tampon Tim Walz, now he can't run for re-election. He decided not to run. And because did it happen under his watch, or was he complicit? And at the least, it happened under his watch. So it's just not going to make him look too good. So who knows? Maybe it all happened under his direction, So now you have the FBI stepping in to do his job, and specifically with the Leering Center being one of the ones that are real well known, immediately shutting down Nick Shirley. He uncovered quite a few of them, but when they shut down, it pretty much let everyone know that how guilty they were for doing this. And then they showed that they got broken into. I got footage on my last video where they immediately after all this happened, they got put on the spotlight. They staged a break-in to their facility so that way they could explain why them documents don't exist, because they got stolen. And there was no backups, no digital copy, no nothing. Just somehow the one copy they had got stolen. And so now we can't prove that there were ever kids here, and there were never, we can't prove that these kids were, their families, they were clients of that facility. So there was no way to validate the legitimacy of their establishment. So That's that covering their tracks garbage that they were doing. Let's see. So, yeah, they were clearly actually not actually operating and ripping off the government for money. Now, when you're looking at 22 locations of childcare centers in Minneapolis, and let's see, so they raided them. FBI, Homeland Security, they raided them under a coordinated effort. J.D. Vance, the vice president, responded to a report by Bill Melugin on Fox News, saying that the task force and the DOJ will be relentless in exposing the fraudsters wherever they may be hiding. So what you're seeing is a lot of movement. Is not just Minnesota. And I see a lot of comments as part of the conservative nihilism that nothing will happen. And I was guilty of feeling that way too, because it just seems that after there's no accountability for all these things that are happening, it just seems like nobody would be held accountable. Only you would if you did something. But when they do it, and the people you don't agree with on all this crooked behavior, you just believe that there's no accountability. But I'm having a little more faith than I've had in a while as of this morning, because these are court-ordered warrants. So a court approved to go into these raids. It wasn't just the FBI walking up and saying, "Hey, I want to just jump in here." So which means that they're building a case. It's a big deal. We're also seeing out of the U.S. Attorney Office in Los Angeles, they have seized $2 million in assets from a business, Expert Wound Care, in Pasadena, that they believe was committing this Medicare fraud through false billing. They're basically cracking down around the country today. They've even posted a picture of the warrant seizing the $2 million. Now the Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, went on Fox Business and talked about recipients of SNAP benefits. They're starting to look into fraud within the SNAP system. Here's what she had to say on Fox Business.
Previously, no data was shared. We had no idea where the taxpayer dollars were spent. Just one red state, the recent dump of data, we found SNAP recipients had more than 2,000 Tesla owners, 200 Alfa Romeo owners, more than 144 that were receiving food stamps were driving Porsches. Again, this is the data dumps we're getting because before we had no accountability on any of these programs. We now are requiring accountability. The blue states are suing us. They don't want to share the data. And can you imagine, this was a red state where there is actually some taxpayer accountability. Imagine what's happening in the blue states if that's happening in the red state.
So this one state has 14,000 individuals receiving SNAP benefits while driving luxury vehicles. SNAP, that's a supplemental nutrition assistance program, or food stamps. So 14,000 people are receiving food stamps while driving luxury vehicles. Here's a breakdown of some of those vehicles. 3 people have Bentleys, 3 have Ferraris, 11 Lamborghinis, 59 Maseratis, 141 Porsches, 244 Alfa Romeos, 306 Land Rovers, and 2,098 Teslas in one state. Now, she goes on to defend the nutrition program. It's for those who need it the most, not scammers gaming the system. So just think about it. Those numbers alone, some of those cars are $500,000 each for one vehicle. 3 Bentleys, 3 Ferraris, 11 Lamborghinis, and they're getting assistance through this program. It doesn't make it fair to the people that actually could use it, that actually could receive the help, but they miss out on it. And here, people like this are scamming the system. It's just not right. So anyway, that's pretty much it for today. If you can, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'd like to see you back on the next one. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You are watching American Interests. Wake up, America!